Well, skincare is becoming the new junk food, at least in the way it's being marketed to kids. Tweens as young as 8 are being lured in by bright packaging, playful branding and viral TikTok trends, only to end up using products packed with adult-strength ingredients like acids and retinol.
Experts warn it's not only unnecessary, it's potentially harmful, raising urgent questions about regulation, transparency and protecting young, vulnerable skin. And to tell us more, celebrity facialist Ingrid Seaburn joins us live in studio. Good morning to you, Ingrid. You say that they are targeting the tweens, these young kids, in the same way that junk food companies actually did.
I did notice that, the marketing to young children, between 10 and 12, reminded me sort of when my kids were little and sort of the ads that were encouraging junk food and, making it look fun and bright colours, and it was the cool thing to be doing. So similar marketing approach, for these tweens that are heavily influenced by TikTok and of course other tweens, to be doing, the cool things.
Yeah, like putting moisturising that in their things that look like an ice cream sundae shaped
bright colours and which kind of tells us that they're children, right?
That's right.
So
because I'm not buying that packaging as a grown woman. What are some of the concerning ingredients? Because this is the main concern, isn't it? Is the ingredients they're putting in to the sort of the tween products.
Yeah, the ingredients, it's not so much. There are regulations with, parabens and the toxicity of products. What the problem is for tweens is that they're anti-aging actives, and they're things that are meant for skin that is aging. So things like retinol. Retinol for, someone who is of age to use it is great, but not for a tween. Glycolic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, which exfoliates the skin, no 10 to 12-year-old needs to exfoliate. And niacinamide even, which, seems harmless, which is B3, is still these types of anti-aging actives can cause long-term sensitivity for skin that's not ready for it, and can ultimately damage their barrier and cause reactiveness, down the track. So really not a good idea.
Ingrid, I would imagine there would be so many parents out there that would look at all these tutorials online and they think that they're just actually helping their child here, sort of developing those healthy hygiene habits, but they're actually doing long-term damage in some cases.
I really love, in my day, we wanted to be like the girls on the cover of Dolly magazine and things like that. So now the TikTok influence and doing all the trends and that type of stuff is something that is really hard to avoid. So the ritual part of it, I don't think you can stop. It's like trying to stop a freight train. What you do need to encourage is that they are aware, or you're aware of, the active ingredients or the products that they are using, and just tell them to keep it simple and to do things that are not going to do long-term damage.
Yes, so I'm going to ask you here, what is a safe, age-appropriate skincare routine for an 8 to 12-year-old? Do they actually need one?
No, they don't.
Right.
But they want one. And
SPF,
right?
Sun cream.
SPF, without a doubt, for any age. But at 8 to 10, the only thing they would need is an SPF, and that can be hard to get them to use. Smart marketing would be to do something that looked like an ice cream sundae and it was an SPF, right? But I also think that if they really are going to do a routine, that they can choose, and you can be part of this as a parent, things that are just natural skincare, that really are just botanical ingredients. Because really, if they want to do something, make sure that it's age appropriate.
So if you are a parent and your child is going down this route, how do you actually talk to them, or what do you say to them to, perhaps persuade them to avoid these other chemicals and ingredients?
I think you have to present the evidence that it may be harmful for them down the track. So sometimes I've had clients who've come in and they've brought their tweens and they've said, can you have a little chat and just sort of explain, what this type of product might be doing? And I
Ingrid,
think
it's
just education is key, right?
Yeah, but it's on us as parents, surely,
It
because
is,
unless
yeah.
they're spending their birthday money,
Yeah.
what 8 to 12-year-old
Yeah.
Can get that.
can get there because
Yeah.
you're buying
Well,
it
And it's
for
big
them.
bucks as well in a lot of cases.
Absolutely. So it's, I think, a bit of responsibility
Total
from
responsibility,
a parent.
but I also understand the pressure that, you know, as a parent,
Okay.
the pressure to try to make your kid happy. And so it's always a balance, you know, but it is difficult because the influence of social media, the influence of, you know, what looks to be the cool thing to be doing is
Sure.
really hard. So you have to kind of pick your battles.
A minefield for parents navigating that at the moment.
Definitely.
Ingrid, thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Ingrid.
welcome.
I agree with you about trying to get them to wear SPF, though. Like, they'll put everything else on their face
Except for
the
sun
one
cream.
thing that they should be
one
putting on their
thing,
face.
yeah.
Thanks, Ingrid.